We're about to take it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tony and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love got me going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up on the radio. Radio, turned up on the radio. Turned up on the radio. Radio, turned up on the radio. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights. Watch this. And a mind.
Hi, welcome to Mics and a Mind. We are here. I am Tuli. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Oh, bueno. Can't hear you, bueno. Having microphone problems, yes. We can't hear you now. No, not.
We don't hear you. No, we can just read your lips.
How are you, Tuli? How was your week? While Bueno comes in. How about check in? Let's check in. How are you?
Check in, girl. I'm good. How about you?
Too. Every Thursday night, I'm like, I made it.
Yep. Yes, honey. Yes, all is well with me. How for you?
Me?
Yeah.
It's great. When this weather gets beautiful, how it's getting lately, my mood is just happy. I want to walk. I go for walks. When I go to the office, I go for walks. I love the weather. Now, when it's winter, my mood goes down. But it's manageable. So right now, you're gonna see me good moods mostly. I would say 98% of the time.
Oh yeah, because you do like to be outside. You like to hike and do that kind of stuff. That's cool. I like to be outside also. Yeah.
And I think it has a lot to do. You're a doctor, so I think it has a lot to do with the vitamin D intake.
Oh gosh, I was just told that my vitamin D level is extremely low again. So I have to do some things to correct that.
Just means you gotta go hiking with me. That's all it means. It's a sign.
I guess I'm really tired of hearing that, but it's okay. I mean, as far as my levels, but it's okay. I'm working that out. But that was the only thing that was everything else.
So can you talk a little bit about this vitamin D? Like, what is vitamin D? Like, what does it do to the body? What is it good for?
Vitamin D, it's good for a lot of things, especially your bones. You know, as we age, our bones become, brittle, and it's very important that we support support our bodies with that. With the calcium, it creates the calcium. It just really helps to build strong bones. That's why you saw it when you were growing up. The white milk had vitamin D. You see it on milk right now. I don't know if they put it on there now, but it does have vitamin D. It used to have vitamin D on the milk carton. Okay. And it's, it gives you good immune system, and just keeps your cells and stuff.
Okay, that immune system needs to be supported. This is the time to fill in the body with vitamin D, so that when the winter comes, our immune system is strengthened. Now, does it help with the cortisol? Because I've been dealing with a lot of, for my cortisol is a little low, and with stress levels, like when stress levels, a lot of the women usually have that cortisol extremely messed up. But I do know going outdoors and sun is great for that cortisol, and that's the reason why we can't lose weight sometimes. So that's why I'm trying to intake the vitamin D right now that is sunny. I love it.
Yes. And somebody does crave it. I know I've said this before, like I really need to go get some sun, like to a beach or something. But it's not just because of the vacation or the break. It's just literally because of what the sun does and the water. For me, I guess it has some lot to do with my zodiac. But anyway, I like to be in water.
Me
So
too.
it's very important and it's simple to do. You just step outside your door or sit outside on your patio. You can get some there. Or you can take some supplements. So
Right.
it's
That vitamin D supplement.
and a lot of times people, you wrap your whole body up, cover it all.
Right.
You need vitamin D. Okay, so
Right.
I believe
Especially
that.
especially in the head, right? It's good to like intake that vitamin within. I haven't done that. I need to do that. But that's right. Your birthday is really close to my birthday. Maybe that's why we love beach, water, sun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm in August through July. But yeah, so you guys go get that vitamin D.
Yes, absolutely. So you see me get my vitamin D, mind your business.
That's right. Me too. If you see me laying down and you just mind your business, I'm intaking the vitamin D.
Oh, she gave. Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am. Any highlights? Anything interesting this week? Tuli?
Let's see what happened this week. That's important. I spoke with a group of Cub Scouts this week, and it was very fun. Oh my gosh!
Sweet. I saw pictures. What was that? You were talking to them? Was it like a mentoring group, or what was it?
A part of their badges they have to get. They have to speak to a local politician, and so their troop leader, Den, because they're Cubs, Den leader, reached out to me and said that he voted for me and he wanted me to come and speak. So like that, he had the perfect person, he said, to do it. So I was like, yeah, of course, even if you did vote for me, of course I would. So that's what I did. So they were cute. They had a few questions.
Any interesting question they asked? I saw the pictures. I thought it was so cute.
No, they had more sidewalks. What else did they ask that was interesting? But actually they were really smart. About some of the things that were going on, and they were enjoying the parks that we have. So I asked them to name the parks that they've been to and what they like about the parks, and they did that. So it was good. And of course, then the parents took over. It was over then. They did their little part, but the parents.
Yeah, those
good conversation with them too, because they learned a lot, and I learned a lot from them as well.
Yeah, kids will teach you a lot.
Very good exchange. Yeah, parents, grandparents, and now you see that a lot with grandparents raising grandchildren. So very interesting dynamic that's going on. But yeah, they had some pretty good questions. They had really, really good questions and comments. So it was fun. It's always fun.
Yeah, it looked so cute. I was like, I wonder what that was about. So I'm glad you brought it up so I could ask you, because I was wondering.
Yeah, just a request, and yeah. So
okay,
that's part of the job.
Right.
Part of the job.
Hello, guys. Let's see if we hear you, Bueno.
Yeah, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been celebrating. Y'all see where I've been at.
Whoa, got rid of the virginity. Hey, give him a hand clap.
Woo. I don't know, preacher. I don't know. I don't think.
Hey, first of all, y'all conversations inappropriate. First of all, okay. Second of all, we want to talk about what y'all see right behind me. And I want to give a round of applause out there to the Colorado Buffaloes. They just had an outstanding recruitment class for the NFL. 6 players gone to the NFL. There it is. Oh yeah. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. It's a lot of people out there being hating. But that's all right. Talk is talk.
going around and must be contagious.
Oh yeah. So this has been a wonderful week indeed. I know a lot of people are mad at me out there because I haven't had a chance to respond, but I did get the voicemails and I got all the emails from all my fans. I'm trying to go through whatever I can. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, just know I'm working on you. But y'all keep on sending me all that fan mail out there. I appreciate y'all. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
I wonder where do homeless people get their stamp from?
Huh?
Hey,
He said he been getting fan mail. I'm trying to think where the homeless people get their where they get their stamps or what's their return address.
They probably-
They do go to libraries and email from there. That's most likely what they do.
I mean, I get for some homeless people, like some people are trying to transition, get back on their feet. I guess they could do that. Still get an email, but I mean, you'll see homeless people with telephones.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, because you got some people who came out from a business setting. So coming out from a business setting, they understand if I'm going to get back on my feet, I got to try to, get myself situated at least with an email and then get a chance, like I said, to go. If I don't have a phone, I can go by a library. But I don't think, do libraries cost somebody say Publix on post office? Oh, wow. Chavez, he funny. But that's an interesting one. Now, I didn't think about that.
What?
Yeah, they usually go to the libraries, and unfortunately, a lot of them they watch porn in the library instead of looking for jobs.
how you know that's what they do, huh?
Because I
guess
used to work, one of my internship was with homeless people, and we will get resources for them. We will send them to the library, and the library will complain.
Intern with homeless people. So you was out there on the street. You spent the night with the homeless people to see what it's like homeless.
No, I'm letting you know that the library used to complain. Hey, I know you sent these people for them to find jobs, but they're looking at porn.
You know what, Resident Joe? Why are you wasting your time with this man trying to explain that?
Yeah,
I'm asking because people want to know. I'm not asking for me. I'm asking because our watchers want to know. It's my job to ask.
He got to go back and get him some trash can or something. But you know what? That's interesting. We're actually setting up. Tula has organized to set up. We're in the process of where we'll be doing something for the hunger. Am I correct?
That's beautiful.
We're actually in the work of working on for that. So for those, we'll be trying to put a blast out to let people know once she gets everything set up. We'll be assisting with it as well. If food given out to people, not just, I guess, homeless as well, be for people who need it. The thing is, I think we put a lot of time in which, for me, there's no perfect system. People tend to try to make every system perfect, but it can't because you're dealing with imperfect people. So what you try to do is to try to strategize to minimize to lessen the errors, the margin for errors, for loss, for defects and faults. But again, you're dealing with a system that you can easily set up on pen and paper, computer. But when you're dealing with people, it's having people have the mindset to be able to truly accomplish it. For us, we'll execute on our end and we'll do what needs to be done. It will be for people we do a lot for helping people. I'm saying the people. Let me look at systems of governments, but we do a lot as people for helping homeless. But a lot of times there's not a lot of preventive maintenance for keeping people from becoming homeless. A lot of those, like if I can get groceries, and if I can eliminate that, or at least what you call me, when somebody gives you a little something to kind of offset. If I can offset what I paid with grocery bill, I mean, it's easy with two of us. Our grocery bill be $300 a week. That's a lot for a lot of people. That's a major dent out there on their paychecks. And so if you think if a person said I can cut that to $200 or that's $50 a week, then I could pay a bill to get something eliminated. So the goal is not try to meet Eric because it's no way it's so many people, but being able to help those. I'm available. I like it. Well, you will be happy, believe it or not. All those will be happy. You didn't volunteer for that. You had already been volunteered.
You were on the list.
Yeah, on the list. That's what we do. We'll be helping families, people that need that assistance. It won't be at any cost to any of the people. There'll be no money gathered from us for the products. So it will be strictly to help people that falling behind and need the help to get ahead. That's just it. You know, at the end of the day, that's something she, had a vision to do. And we're stepping in and make sure we do our part, and we want to see people with help. And there's never a time where everybody will agree on things, but we at least have to sit down and see where can we, especially people of color, we're so far behind. We have destroyed each other so bad, and we can talk about others. Like got this old time. If you look, they're not putting their fight out to the degree we are. They'll work together for a common cause and making sure they stay ahead of everyone else. Am I telling us to compromise anything? Never. We don't compromise, but we have to sit down and we have to look at what's the best strategic way to accomplish what we want to do. Nobody in the world will ever agree. I like as server, I'm cutting air conditioning on, 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 air conditioning on. So it's like because there is no way possible. So what you have to do, you have to see how you can meet the masses. What can we do? Then at the same time, just say the people that's not cold. Then you put on a jacket, and at this time you work with people that's hot. Well, the people that's hot say, okay, the people say, well, now I'm really cold. Well, those people have to say, well, we got to come in and compromise. Say, okay, we'll have to suffer a little more heat than we typically do in order to be fair with the people that are extremely cold. So, in life, you learn that there's no perfect. Well, there's always imperfect people. I won't say it's not a perfect system. A system can be perfect. It's just people executing it. End of the day, we look at that done. Trying to get other things. He has Colorado Buffaloes behind him. Me, myself, whatever. LeBron James did what I would like to mention. I appreciate LeBron James for the fabulous job that he did. Doing what he always do, choke when it comes down to it. He has the record for the most appearances for playoffs. Just don't have it for winning.
I didn't get to watch the game. What happened? Was he scared? What happened?
No, he did really good.
He just missing shots.
No, the fourth quarter did pretty. I think he got like 4 points in the fourth quarter.
Was he jacking up shots and missing, or he wasn't taking any?
He had 4 points in the fourth quarter. So all of what you said, he did.
4 points mean he only hit 2 shots. Was he still taking a lot of shots and he missed them, or was he scared and not take? Because he has a reputation of being scared and shrinking in big moments.
He really has an end of so he ain't the GOAT. You're exactly right, and that exposed him for that. And I mean, then you got Luka out of shape. Luka's an alcoholic. Let me say this: from what I see, I saw them take a beer out of his hand. He was standing. He was doing a he was talking to his dad. One of the gym walked by. They walked by, took the beer straight out of his hand, and kept walking. He looked, but then it was posted. Somebody said he has a habit. Well, he's European. They're really heavy into drinking. So he supposedly, he supposedly is a pretty good drinker. And I think they want to cut that back. I think that was part of them getting rid of him, his conditioning. He was tired, he was worn. He's a great player now. He can play, he can't play any defense. Luka Doncic, he's the person they picked up from the Dallas Mavericks, and LA brought him over there and got rid of Anthony Davis, sent him there. Anthony Davis stayed hurt a lot. Definitely a great player in defense as well, and would have been key for them. Luka put up the points, 27 points, the rebounds, everything. It's just these LeBron. This is what you find with most people that play with him, and somebody that brought that to attention. People that play with LeBron a lot of time, when they get finished, their career is pretty much wrecked. I mean, he got players won a championship with him that are homeless on the street. Homeless on the street. I mean, a lot of people's career just go out there. You're gonna look back. Russell Westbrook went over there. He looked like he shouldn't be playing high school basketball. He couldn't get nothing right. And Russell Westbrook he was triple doubles all day long. He'll put up 40 points. He put up 11, 12. He the reason they lose. It just looked terrible. He got moved to another team. He's back to like Russell Westbrook. What you gonna say?
I see where it says LeBron James took. He made 4 shots. He took 6 shots and he only made 4 of them. Yeah. So it say he scored 10 points in that quarter.
Oh, it was
So
10.
yeah,
I
it
thought
do seem like I didn't see the game, but it do sound like he wasn't too dominant
well,
in the fourth quarter. It sounded like he got a little afraid and kind of stepped back and let his teammates try to carry it on.
Well, see, look, but this the thing, though, Dwayne. They lost by like 6 points in the last 18 seconds. Do you know they walked off? They didn't even try to. You fouled a man. This is common sense. 20-something seconds. You fouled a man. You put him to the line. You hope he only hit one or he missed both. You grab the ball. You're going back down right. You keep finding a stopper to try to get ahead of him. Your 3-point shooter got to wake up. You're only down 6 points. You don't stop playing in 18 seconds. I mean, the Lakers walked off 18 seconds. So for people who love basketball, well, I hadn't watched them all year. I don't think that first time I watched them. I got to see Anthony Davis. I was not impressed. They said he was really off. I said, okay, whatever. I wasn't impressed. I didn't pay any attention. I didn't see nothing at all. He didn't do well either. Had Anthony Davis been on for what they would have killed him. So I mean, it's the Lakers, LeBron. That's the second time not making out the first round. It's just time to look at. He's made his mark. He will. Is one of the greatest. He'll go down in the top 10. Won't be in mine, but he's going to be in somebody top 10. Somebody will have him number 1 because they can't count. They'll think number 1 is 50. That's why they'll pick him first. He's great. Yes, I would not argue somebody put in the top 10. I wouldn't personally put him in my top 10 based on things that I like. You know, that's me though. That's me. Should he be in the top 10? Yes. In mine, no. But I mean, hey, you 40-something years old, you play at a high level. He's better than any average player. Ain't no player in the league. Pretty much, it's your time. It's too when you get that much light, you got so much. You got the controversy from who? Drake. Remember that? Dancing on that song, him and Drake fell out. They were close. You got the controversy from Diddy. They say you was at a Diddy party. You brought your son in and say your son was better than half the guys in the league and your son in the G League. So you got that hate going on. Then you got the Stephen A. Smith thing going on where you went in his face, like leave your son out your name, out your mouth, don't put a name. Y'all got that. You just a lot of time with all that controversy, it's just time to let them have it. You put in more years than nobody. Nobody beat the years you put in. You put up you got 4 championships. One's a bubble. I mean, you got your points. You've been playing long enough. Surely you should have more points than basketball.
What do you mean a bubble? What does that mean?
The bubble, when they had COVID, they had them playing that bubble with no people with them pictures on the seat like people were at the game.
Why people hate on him about that? People hate on him. You won in the bubble. I mean, he still won.
Let me say this. Okay.
But he still won.
Okay, but this is why I think people pretty much I just throw the bubble in there. The reason why people look at the bubble, because say you and I playing tonight, right? We're gonna play. Well, somebody on our team was in contact that came up with COVID. I was in contact. They might suspend me out of the game. This caused us not to be able to play. You know, it would have made a difference. So with COVID going, a lot of people couldn't play because everybody, which it ain't his fault, but COVID was so scary. Remember that you remember if a person on the team, you shut down everything. You remember a kid came to school that had COVID, the whole school was shut down and clean. Remember that? Everybody's like, we can't. Every time a kid gets COVID, we're trying to alleviate this. Everybody was scared. I'm not mad at the practice. It was just smart. You don't know how far this spread. What happened? Hold on, LeBron ball, calling everyone with those boys and over. Chavez, please don't make me. Chavez, I ain't used no words in a long time about you. Don't give me how hurt I am about them shoes, Chavez. Please don't, Chavez. Please don't quit my. I got somebody to work. Them shoes somewhere. I don't know. Have you seen them shoes? Are they on the shelf in that glass? Do you remember?
Yeah,
they are in the container in the glass bottle. Has anybody on the screen?
How much did those shoes cost?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
They're so ugly.
My wife told me. My wife told me. Them told my wife, Tom, we need to buy them shoes. Them shoes gonna say we're gonna be pay off our high mortgage and our kids and our grandkids gonna set up for generational
no, she
wealth.
Did it.
Generational wealth. What I'm thinking, man, I could finally retire. I don't have to work anymore. Get up and slave. That's all I'm thinking, right? So I'm going or to get them. You really. And then I had one of my sons. I will not call Bryce's name. You got to figure which one it is. So he said, hey, Dad, I'm a size 13. I said, So I'm trying to figure out what he's on the side. He said, you gonna get me up here. So then, the N-word, did this mean racism? Then there's one you say like beloved, and this one you say like the end, like you lost your mind, that person. That's the one I was talking about. Cause I'm looking, I know you lost your damn mind. He thinking that your mom, your dad buying the shoe. He like 13, give me. I said, you a $5 one of them N-words. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting them kind of shoes. $5 walk around the shoe worth more than you. No, never. But yeah, that was. Has anybody not seen them shoes? Would like to see them overpriced fake shoes? I mean, them shoes. Okay, no way. Everybody was saying. All the guys I started crying. They came, then they sent me the shoe. Then they sent me a box. That's a glass box that the shoes are in case. Then you plug it up, and then the shoe, it got the light around. I'm something like, that thing burning electricity already cost me too much.
Let me go get them.
Let me go get the shoes. Now that got me going.
Let me ask you this right here.
You closer to him than me. You want to get them? All right.
Quick question. In y'all opinion, oftentimes, people get bad raps. In particular, black athletes get bad raps because they say, they come from single parent homes. They don't have a father and stuff like this. But in those examples of LeBron James, Deion Sanders, LeVar Ball, those are situations where they actually do come from homes where the father was active in their life. Why do you think the father is getting a bad rap when he is active in the part of the kid's life?
Now, let me say this. For me, I don't think that's the case. Sometimes this is what you have to look at. When you put statements out of your mouth, you have to be willing to be challenged on them. If I say, my son, my son, this me, my son, my son better than 80% of the guys, I can't say that without looking for backlash. When you put stuff out your mouth, like when Deion played football, people hated Deion but then Deion shut your mouth when he got on the field. I'm talking about when Deion could say, don't throw nothing down the field, and everybody knew, don't throw it because he's going to get it. So you put his mouth out there. He'll tell if he told a receiver, he said, listen, he ain't catching no balls. Deion would shut him down and show you. So you say, he's proven himself to be he's one of the best who ever played. He's either one or two who ever played the position. So, I mean, when you have a son come out, people look for your kids to come out with that same ability, or really you always look for your kid to be greater. It's not fair. Just because a kid is born don't mean they have the same talent ability. But then the parents push their sons and start, I'm going to push my son, but you got to look at, I'm looking for, okay, your son's going to be better than you. When your son come out, he ain't like on an average player level, it's like, forget it. Like, it's a lot of controversy now with Tom Brady, who was training him. Tom Brady is the most winningest quarterback, 7 championships. So he was training Shador, but he's also a part owner of the Los Angeles Raiders. So, I mean, not Los Angeles, but the Las Vegas Raiders. He wouldn't pick him up, and they have really felt like he sabotaged him. I said, let's be practical. If I'm training you, right, and I love that, you look at me, I'm like the pinnacle for you for a quarterback. I train you, helping you, but I won't pick you up. Is this me sabotaging you, or this me saying you ain't good at all? I don't even think with training you'll be good enough to play on a team. Especially, I wouldn't pick you to put you on my team. So I had to have seen. So I don't think Tom Brady sabotaged him at all. I think Tom Brady looked at, for me, you don't have it, and he is the epitome for a quarterback. So when you're looking at Tom Brady wouldn't pick you up on his team, none of the other teams wanted to pick him. You went from first round pick going to first round to round 5. The president had to come on and say something about you. Hey, somebody pick him up. What are y'all doing? That's a shame. These teams looking at, man, that's you talking. We looking at our team. We looking at, do you fit in our system? We're trying to win. We looking at, in 8 years, he'll be good. In 8 years, we won't have no fans. I need to sell tickets. Tickets is how I make money to pay players, get equipment, get better facility, buy pay fuel, pay trainers, pay equipment people. Excuse you. Oh, that's nasty. What you got the light on?
Okay, but
Yeah.
but
We can't see it.
I'm trying. I know. I'm trying to work it so you can.
She done disappeared. Ooh.
I meant to disappear.
I mean, okay. Whoa! Don't get me. Are they in a bag?
The problem is, there's a key. I can't take it out because the box is locked.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't remember locking nobody. Is it a key?
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at.
Neither do I.
Oh,
He said, "I love Braves, Falcons, Deion something now." Yeah, when Deion played with the Braves, great. That's probably me. That's the greatest Braves team.
Woo, woo.
Hey, they didn't win a championship, but they were the best Brave team. They were that was the most exciting Brave team.
Yes, sir.
You talk about this about what they Kuka Raja, all them guys, but man, when you had Odin Nixon was Odin Nixon, you walking, whatever he do, get a first base, he's stealing 100%. He's stealing.
Gone.
You had what Ron Gant, he on the new people. Ron Gant was great. He was a great when he broke his leg on a motorcycle. They got rid of him. Deion got traded because of the tow car situation. You're not familiar with that? That was an attorney in Atlanta that was convicted. He was a judge as well, had a law firm of killing his wife. So all of them, that's how Dominique Wilkins, all of them got traded. He got traded from the Hawks. Deion got traded from the Falcons and from the Braves.
What they have to do with that though?
That's a whole nother story we'll talk about.
That's what I figured. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Otis was on. Because see what happened with tow cars dealt with a lot of drug dealers. I had some people kind of connected and attorney that worked on that case. He had like 70 attorneys working on that case behind the scene. So what he did when they gave them the information, he would keep their information in a safe. This is your information. So the feds wanted to get in that safe and get that information, which will open up cases on a lot of other people. So of course, all these guys' name came up. Patrick Ewing had to come down here and go to court and testify. I mean, a lot of people got drug in. A lot of people got drug into that. But he kept a lot of fight. He kept stuff on people. You were dirty. He did dirty stuff. He was on drugs. He did prostitutes, strippers. He was taking care of getting caught. His wife found out about him taking money off cases. She had got in that safe. Yes, she was going to turn it over. So he had her killed. Yeah, it was Curtis Roar, and I forgot the other guy. He turned state. You remember him? Curtis Roar got the most time for it. They got her when she came home. They kidnapped her. The kids were in the car, and they blew her brains out with the kids in the car.
Yep.
And they took off. It looked terrible. His crime. My wife. He couldn't produce no. It was terrible. He was a judge. He had his own law firm. It should be commercial. It's called Tokar. I think it was Tokar and his law firm. So with all these people names, so what happened? Deion, Dominique, all those guys own nightclubs, right? People thought they owned the nightclubs. We had the clubs in Atlanta. We had Deion's, we had Dominique's. They didn't own those clubs. Those drug dealers owned, but they were paying them to use their name. So people like, I'm going down to Deion's. I'm going to hang out. Those guys do appearances to show up. They got paid. People thought they owned the club. They didn't own the club. So now they're looking at, y'all guys are tied into drug dealers. So, of course, the Fed's going to get with the NFL. They're going to get with Major Baseball League, NBA, let these guys know, like, hey, these people do their research. They're looking at, you hear they say, talk about it, preacher. See that? I'm telling you what happened. He know. People don't know it. And it's just, hey, somebody pay you to use your name. You're trying to make money. What they doing is their personal business. But when they tie into a criminal situation, yes.
But my internet went down, so I don't know where I lost you. But what I wanted to ask you is, in regards to the fathers being active in the athlete's life. My question is a father wrong for wanting to brag about his child?
Lamar Ball showed him that and got his in.
Not at all.
No, I mean, if you look on the media, they make it almost sound like the father is wrong for wanting to brag about his child or wanting to get the best for his child's future. They make it like it's wrong for a father to do that, I'm like, what's wrong? If anybody should talk about you, brag about you, it should be your mama and your daddy, right?
Right.
They make it sound like, oh, he's horrible. He says his son is really good. He's a horrible father.
But you got to remember something too. Let's look at this. Let's go with everything. Okay. Let's go with Eddie Lawrence. That's right. Eddie Lawrence. He got to cut the deal to get out.
Yes, that's right.
But let me say this. The problem is this though. When you come with the energy of, okay, you did great at Jackson State. You went up to another level. Let me say this. People really don't love winners as much as they love to hate on people. You got more people that'll run down that will run down LeBron James than they will put up Michael Jordan. People just like to see people lose. You walk down the street too far, I want to you fight. This man getting beat up. They're not running to help. They run to see you get hurt. That's the nature of people. So when you come out and you put a lot out of your mouth, like Deion going to Colorado, he went up there. People wanted him to fail because he left Jackson State with I'm coming, hey, jump in the portal. You might well jump in the portal. So a lot of them kids ran, they were scared. You got up here, you didn't win the championship. It didn't turn out like they thought it was going to turn out. Oh, give him a chance. You didn't do it again this year. I'm not against him on that end. It's just you can't come and threaten putting everybody out like Trump has done. He came in all in mouth, everybody go, and you hadn't produced. Now he's coming out today. He asking people. Well, the reason why I brought the connection because you're looking at you came out with so much energy, and everybody went for it. I wanted a better economy. I wanted the homosexual stuff out of schools, and these kids would say that. That was my end. What is wrong with the NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great. Okay, Deion Sanders not getting drafted and was even great. That's true. He also a very good coach. No, I don't sound that way. Streetwise and smart. Therefore, Shedeur, his quarterback son, had phenomenal genes and is all set for greatness. He should be picked immediately by a team that wants to win. Good luck, Shedeur, and say hello to your wonderful father. Okay, so this is bad for Deion, really, in a sense. Now you're going to turn a lot of people against you with that. If you pull that card of him saying it, because it's unfair to other people that are playing for that influence from the president. The president could have just said something with it. You're gonna call owners stupid. So I'm stupid if I don't get. Listen, I own a team. You don't. Your whole league failed. He started that. Y'all young. Y'all remember the league, the World League. That's where Herschel Walker lost his career at. Had he gone into everybody was going to go to Dallas from college, his career been totally different. He went to that expansion league jump with him and Vince McMahon, and the whole league got washed out. So now, when you sit here and you look at you coming out and you need to be worried about the economy. You need to be worried about the jobs. You need to be worried about you removing all these people of color achievement, and this is what you got time to worry about. I assure you, a lot of people could care less about Shedeur. We don't care if he even play. When I'm looking at my bottom end of my economics, when I'm looking at the food costs, I'm looking at gas costs are still high. I don't know why he's telling people gas is at $1.99. Where's this gas station? I'm finna buy it out. But that's what. But see, he's putting this. The lowest gas they found was in Texas somewhere for $2.19. I'm not driving to Texas for $2.19 gas.
No.
It's just time for people to look at. He's right. Herschel Walker was a big bust in that expansion league. He should have went to Dallas. By the time he came out and finally went to the NFL, he had lost some good years. Mm-hmm. He couldn't even went to the Eagles. I mean, it was just these teams he should have went to in the beginning. He should have been. To me, we were looking for him to be the next Tony Dorsett. Mm. We were looking. Yeah, I mean, he was a powerhouse. He was great at Georgia. Boom, but you went to this fooling with Donald Trump and you just lost it all. But hey, Donald Trump a businessman. He hyped up for a loss. I fell for it. He caught me. I never believed him for the whole four. I tell people that know me and tell you, I told him that, but I said, listen, we gonna make some money. It's gonna be quick. You gotta grab it quick, and that's gonna be it because you're gonna lose. He's not alone. If you bet on him for the long time, you're gonna lose every time. You're gonna lose long term with him. He's a good hype man. He'll say something, numbers go up. That boy came in the field round. Those teams, listen, these people have people that study players. Y'all don't realize, like when you in college, you come into the pro, and this is what people don't know. These people have charts of every player in the league, every player that's coming up, that's getting ready to get traded. Listen, they got your medical, everything about you. So when they call you, we know we got idea what we getting. You have an injury to the left shoulder. They'll make a contract trade on if he can pass that physical. We already know about the injury. You don't do nothing they don't know about. Steph Curry, he's playing now. He played the Warriors. They showed a picture yesterday. He was in an interview. They asked him how was his thumb doing. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. They put up a picture showing him walking on the beach with a bag in his hand with his thumb. He said, what are y'all, the FBI? He said, y'all was, listen, this is a picture of him walking. And he's like, I should have caught that. He said, are y'all the FBI? Then he backed out. He said, I love it. He said, I love the league. But you know, he was looking at, I can't believe y'all did that. Y'all just taking pictures of me. They got a good picture in his hand. They blowed it up. His thumb look crazy. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Next question, move on. But I say that to say this. You don't get no injury they don't know about. When you got a situation going on with the police or the feds, they're going to hit them first. Mm-hmm. So they can start moving, looking at it. Get ready to start being questioned about this. That person finna be on the investigation. That person getting picked up because they understand how much money these leagues have. Mm-hmm. And they control. So these people get through, they're going to get you out. He said that this is what one, he said, I think his sons are being underestimated a little bit. They have Deion genes and they're stronger than they look. Okay, Donald Trump. That's where we at right now. Donald Trump. I will.
I want to share a clip of y'all briefly. Recently, his son, as y'all know, has been drafted to the Cleveland Browns, and he recently made an appearance at a local high school. Is it all right with y'all? I just play a quick little 2-minute video.
If I can tell you, don't worry about it. You probably won't believe it.
What? Oh, go ahead, Bueno.
I'd have rather talk about some new. I could really care less how to tell about them boys. They really, Deion and his son, them really ain't an issue. No, you going to play them. I'm just saying, people put a lot of it. They blowed it up to make it worse than what it is. It really ain't that deal. You win the 5th round, you're in the league. So what? It happens every time. It ain't no big deal. But go ahead.
Fair use, right? What'd you say?
Fair use, fair use.
How's everybody doing? So I just got to Cleveland. I just got here yesterday. I just wanted to come out and see y'all. We working out every day. We got a purpose. We got something we're trying to accomplish and achieve. That's who he is, who I am regardless. I'm always going to be his son. So it was like, I looked at it and I shifted my thoughts to just feeling like, okay, that's negative, like that's positive. That's why I'm like, that's why I'd be happy. It's like, oh, if people say, oh, you did this because I'm thankful my dad took the opportunity to do what he was supposed to do. So I don't ever feel shame or feel anything like that. Okay, so I'm gonna work on like what inspires me to keep going. I would say knowing I got a lot of people watching me, knowing that I'm a positive influence to the youth, that's why I say what keeps me going. So like even coming here seeing y'all, it's not like I have to do anything. I choose to do it. You got 2 ways you could go about it. You could do what you want to do, not listen and see how it pan out, or you could listen to somebody that got your best interest, that wants the best for you, and then go down that route. So everybody has free will in this room, and everything may be fun and games now, but whenever real life hit, I don't think it's gonna be that funny if you don't set yourself up the right way.
And that is just a little 2-minute excerpt about, something he said in regards to, his dad and how he feels. I guess the kids asked him a question about his dad and how he feels about his dad. And that was just some response. I don't know if that changed anything, but to me, it just a different perspective when you hear it coming from the kid. versus, coming from the outside people,
I think me personally, not on you, but just saying in general, I don't really kind of have head to tail with him or what he's doing. I mean, he in the league is where it's at.
Right.
This is what people don't realize, okay? And this is being straight. This is not people sit in benches, seats, on TV and talk about it. When you're dealing with NFL team, we'll all have our criticism. They're spending the money. You can't tell me what to spend my money on. I mean, everybody has what they should do. One pick him and put him on your team. He went 5th overall out of all those teams. Those teams, they already watched. Listen, those people watch them all season. Watch them stupid. People don't know. Those people pretty much call play every now and then a player break out and surprise them. But pretty much they look generally enough years to where they look and say, pass. They made a call on Kobe. They got Kobe fresh out of high school, didn't go to college. He said he played, he avoided college because he said Mike was going to be retiring soon. He went. They looked at he was young. Charlotte Bobcat picked him up. They like trade him. LA picked him up. He sat on the bench. He was throwing the ball. He was messing up something. They bring him back in. He finally developed. He became a great player. He got in there and really worked and proved and showed people. But coming in, they were right. He did not produce like that. And those teams look at this. I'm not trying to get a player for 15 years down the road. I'm looking at picking a player 15 years down the road. I'm looking for somebody today to win.
That's right.
When you have man, you look at these people payroll. The payroll is ridiculous. A week, all the people got to pay. Man, you got what? I don't know how many people on their roster, but I mean, some of them, I think basketball like 52 people. Then you got coaches, special conditioning people. You got equipment people. You got all these people. You got people in the top office. You got the expense, all this stuff. I can't be picking players called fans sitting around, and that's where your heart at. I had to look at my overall. I pay this. I can't get rid of him. Teams have got burned like that. So some people look at it, we watch you. The people, they have people that they pay. That's their job to watch, study him to see. They're like, oh, he's done well. I'm watching him against every team, and I see who shuts him down. I've written him to realize he can be shut down to. I need somebody who knows who can persevere and come out. They look at, I don't see that from him. Pick them. The Cleveland Browns. If you want to lose your career, go to the Cleveland Browns. Because by the time you lead out, you will be done. How we doing, Confederate?
Hey, how you doing, Rob? This is your neighbor, Confederate State 48, saying hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscription, and definitely hit the cash out to Commissioner Dr. Thule Smith, to the Honorable Mr. Tony Smith, to the one and only Love Doctor, and not to mention our very own Dr. Joe. How are y'all doing this afternoon? I didn't go in that order. I just kind of mixed it up a little bit. But great conversation tonight, as well as the one last week. As they say, absent makes the heart go fonder. I can really say that I miss you guys. I haven't talked to y'all for, a couple weeks leading up to PASAC. I think, obviously we weren't broadcasting on during PASAC week, but, and then last week, been going through some complication, but that's neither here nor there. Great conversation tonight. But as you were saying about Shedeur, going to the Cleveland Browns, I remember when Johnny Manziel was drafted, Mr. Football, when he was drafted to the Cleveland Browns, it was a big hype about him, but unfortunately he didn't pan out. A lot of things came out with him from scandals. You remember, he had a bunch of scandals going on and that surrounded him, but it never deterred him from being able to have a opportunity in the NFL. However, his performance did not pan out as they thought it would, as it did like in college. Another prime example, Tim Tebow, he was the face of Christianity. He was a Heisman Trophy winner at the college, the Florida Gators, but unfortunately he didn't work out in the NFL. And you would think people was going to draft him in the first round. And he didn't pan out. I mean, it's just one of those things. We're on the outside looking in, and like Ra said, when you are professionals like that, people don't want change. Like, we want things done in nanoseconds. That's why they put their food in the microwave. That's why they break out in highs when the devices go to buffering. When you don't get a good internet, you know what I'm saying? When you don't get a good internet signal, people come unglued because they want things right then and now. And people just don't have time for people to develop. Ra said something a while back when it comes to people and their problems. Like, when you have problems, you can't just throw your whole life in somebody's lap and tell them to solve it, in a matter of moments. Some things take time to develop. But great conversation tonight. But I would like to kind of pivot just a little bit to ask you all to keep my family in Palau. I got a crisis going on as we speak right now. I just wanted to come and show my face, show my gratitude to you all. But specifically my father-in-law, without going into too much detail. But Ra, you always say a lot of the time, don't be stupid. If I say a Palau for you, don't be asking me to do something I'm already doing. But I just wanted to make sure that I put his name out there, because I really know that he needs this help, and I know that you all are the Amunah and the way of Yah. And as I definitely Palau for you all, I know that y'all Palau for me in my situation, but I really need y'all to keep my father-in-law, Jack Jackson, in Palau. I'm supposed to travel down to Florida here in another couple of weeks to go down, to kind of take a look at this situation, and I applaud everything turns out the way I would like it to, but nonetheless, let Yahuwah will be done. If I know that you have a lot of calls, you're a very, very busy man. And what I want to ask you doesn't constitute an emergency, but I want to spare myself the embarrassment of possibly being embarrassed on the air. So if I get an opportunity, I'm gonna send you a text message. I have a question for you, and I got a statement I want to make. So perhaps I might do it here in a moment after I log off. But it's just something that ran across my life. I wanted to ask you, and then get a response on something. But wonderful show tonight. I miss you guys, and yes, sir. Last week's show was interesting as well, talking about Shannon Sharpe, and it seems like a lot of these athletes, black athletes and entertainers in particular, it seems like they surrounded by a lot of controversy lately. From the rappers to the entertainers to the movie stars, just in general. And some of it scandalous, some of it I think we're getting the benefit of the doubt, and some of them just flat out just bad people. But that's my take.
We appreciate just too, and that's the truth. It's so many variables when you're dealing with these players. I see Bishop Woman now that he talked about how Tebow. I like Tebow. They didn't like that whole religion. The kids all around the school were dropping in one knee doing the Tebow, and they didn't like. But Elway didn't like him. Elway wound up coming up in the offer. He was a great quarterback, 2-time Super Bowl champion back-to-back. Shannon Sharpe played with him. But he did not like Tebow for nothing. And Tebow didn't even get pounded with one. That threw me. Nobody picked when they want to blackball you. These people, but he was pushing. He was supposed to be a virgin. Women were offering him like $1 million for his virginity.
Yeah,
it was clean cut. He played a clean game. They looked at that wasn't. You could strike them people wrong. They're in your career. A lot of players. Ray Rice, he was a running back for Baltimore. He wound up hitting his wife, spit on him or something. He hit her in the elevator. I mean, how many guys done beat up women, hit women? I ain't agreeing with it, but look what happened. They just wound up getting rid of her. His career. We didn't see him back. I think Ray Rice got at least one Super Bowl, if not two. But it depends. If they don't like it, they don't like it. That's the league. You strike the wrong person. I just don't like you. You don't fit. You can be banned and blackballed. What people around you come to the league? He tried to come like his daddy was arrogant. His daddy came to the combine in a limousine, jumped out, ran to 40, and got back in the car and told him to call him. That's it. Got out the car, ran to 40, blowed the doors off of it. Got back in the car with a sweatsuit on, let him know, call me. But he was able to prove himself. You can't, he might be teaching, hey, you got to come in, you got to be confident, but you got to be able to do what they did. That's right. She did spit on him. I'm with this. Spit on me. You don't need some, I'm hoping I'm new, but you don't need some on your mouth. It's just stuff you don't do, but that tells you his relationship. And I don't want to glorify violence on either end, but that shows you that that's not the level of disrespect. When you get in a marriage where we spit on each other, this is the lower form. Hey, B, oh, you faggot. We just too far. There's no need of us to stay together. Come, we way too far. You can't repair this in a conversation with counseling. You spit on me. I knocked you out in the elevator, left you laying right. Listen. I ain't worrying about no football. We just don't need to be together. It's not this toxic. One of us will wind up dead. You spit on me. I've never gone back to look at getting spit off the ground. I spit on the ground. I feel like that's where spit goes. So when you spit on your spouse, this is like, ooh, you too far gone. People, we need counseling. No, y'all need to get a divorce. I'm a faggot. I'm a homo. I'm a sissy. I'm a punk. She a hoe. Oh my God. It's like, listen, please leave each other alone because you're not gonna fix that easy. It's really, to me, to fix a marriage. I know now Joe, she's a therapist. She might say differently. I would really have to see you look at your spirituality working because it's just too far when you get to spitting and we hear. I mean, it's one thing with the word, but we can spit on each other and I can knock you out and you laying unconscious and I can just like drag you. We ain't there. We're not there. Let me tell you something. I used to fight women. I was dangerous with that stuff. I'm telling you something, and I never married any one of them. Not listen, I wouldn't. I looked at this. Too much damage had been done. You know what I'm saying? We can go back and I can look at it. I was back then. I looked at I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want nobody be the mother of my kids, and that's the kind of stuff we done and we do. I just like I didn't want to do that. I felt like too much, they felt like that. I felt like too much damage for me. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff you can't backwalk. You can't backtrack. It just better move on. That's me now. If we were married, let's try to fix it, but we weren't. So why was I going to marry some people with that type of history? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Some would disagree. And some people, no doubt, have gotten married and wound up doing better. So it's always the exception. I'm not saying people can't, but let's just be practical. It's like, well, you've done enough damage. Oh no.
I look at the one factor too, the length of the relationship too. A lot of times when you have couples together, they've been together, they're together 10, 15 years, and they still punching each other, kicking each other, cutting each other, cussing each other out. Y'all been in that relationship way too long if it's been an ongoing thing and it wasn't like an isolated incident. And then a lot of times, sometimes people do have a tendency to grow out of violent, relationships or relationships where they either physically abusive or mentally abusive. And I think they're one and the same, but I would probably want somebody to physically, well, this sounds kind of like an oxymoron. I would rather somebody hurt me physically than to hurt me mentally to the point that I couldn't recover. And Dr. Joe, you probably will want to chime in on that, but hurt is hurt. But I think I could handle, me personally, I could handle a physical pain more than I could a mental pain, because I think sometimes when a person can't get over the mental pains of things, they don't recover physically, and that to fix their health. So that's just my take on that.
Now, when it comes to couples being physically abusive to each other, I think that's a connection to mental abuse. Because when you're physically hurting someone that you supposedly love, you hurting the mental of that person as well. So I think when there's abuse in a relationship, like Preacher said, it's hard to go back to our respect area. So it could be fixed, but it has to be a drastic change. Like something happened in your life, regardless if it's spirituality or, you almost died. But if you're not married, I think it's better off just letting it go. If you're married and both are willing to work on it, and it's drastic and it's not an often thing for years, it might be workable, but it's not advised. But I feel like when you physically hurt somebody that you supposedly love, you're disrespecting them. So that hurts the mental of that person as well. If you understand, I feel like this kind of things is like digging a hole. The longer it goes, the deeper that hole is, and it's harder to fill it in. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's almost like they go hand in hand. You can't physically abuse somebody without having the mental capacity to already have that type of hatred in you. I kind of get what you're kind of saying. You got to already have it in your mind to even carry the act out. So I get, that makes a lot of sense that it would go hand in hand.
Just imagine slapping your husband. Like, I feel like that right there, you just mess with their manhood. You know, it's disrespectful. So it's not only you hurt my face, it's like you disrespected me as a man. And then the same thing hurting a woman. It's like you're not only hurting me, but you also disrespecting me as your wife. And there has to be a respect within a relationship. If not, there's nothing. So it's hard to work with that. It's all connected. When it comes to relationship, it's completely different than I smack somebody in the streets, because this is a connection. There's so many things working around that relationship.
Right.
I agree. And when you're dealing with marriage, you hear what you kind of want to hear in a marriage. You want to hear I say, get to the part I do, kiss, so we can go ahead and do what we do. And everybody, get my gifts, open it up, and the girl, lady, I get my girlfriend. They all take the picture. They got girl, yeah, and the guy, and he do whatever he do. But people don't look at how much more of the relationship you'll engage after that day, and really understand the premise of how you don't belong to yourself, you belong to the other one. How a man, when he does certain things, he don't treat his wife right, he hate himself. I think more, and I've done a lot of weddings, but more education should be done on that to help people really understand how you have to look at the relationship. When you look at it with your naked eye, I am my own person, my wife is my own person. He said, well, but how I put you guys to connect and knowing that she came out from you. When you don't do her right, you're not doing yourself right. I have to look at her as myself and how I treat myself. And that is the connection he tries to get us to engage in mentally, to learn how to have a successful marriage. It takes time. You have to have a person on the other end. And I'll say this to people a lot of times. You have to carry yourself to be lovable. You don't love me? You don't love me? Not when you're not lovable. You cannot. You can put yourself say, well, it's just hard to love me. Some people it's hard to love them. And you can keep. You don't love me. You don't love me. But what is it about you to really love? If I feel like I deal with more hurt, I deal with more pain, I deal with more disappointment, I deal with more letdown, then it's going to look at what I'm getting from you, from what you're contributing, doesn't equate to me saying lovable. You know what I'm saying? I see it as, being more of, stress-induced, painful, hurtful, regrettable. So then when you want that type of affection, it's not going to be displayed because I'm looking at what I more or less receive. So it's a lot that people have to be taught other than I had like, oh, man, it's a great wedding. That's great. But there's more. You have to stand for the saga because I'm constantly, Joanna, tell you, I do meetings. I don't just put in. I put in the time, the conversations, to try to help to get people to see. No marriage is without fault, hurt, disappointment. What it does, it shows the strength of the relationship. Smaller thing can cause you to break out. To be honest, it wasn't a whole lot to it. It was one thing. That one thing it was some other things as well. So it's a lot. And then time, growing, willing to change and all those things. You got a person I ain't changed. I mean, I've been like this all my life, and that's a dangerous statement. When you're in a marriage, you always have to be open for change and for better, for growth. If you want to stay together and not just get years behind you, you want to get the quality of the marriage, the benefit of the marriage. So, I definitely would just want to, put that out there. While we're saying that, let me say, I had something I want to send to you guys. Y'all tell me.
Are you referring to the video that you sent me earlier?
Yeah, over. Go ahead.
Okay, there he is.
Are you referring to the video that you sent me earlier?
I got something in. I want. Hold on. Earlier,
I'm having a little internet connections. I think I'm having a delay or something.
That's your sex life. That's your sex life. Don't tell about it. Well, y'all do y'all that's you and your wife. How'd you play it first? I got something to say. That's you and your wife. You know what I'm saying? If you can't
can somebody else get that link for him? I'm having a little complications on my side.
Listen, whatever your sexual thing going on, please keep it on your side.
His name ain't the Love Doctor for nothing.
That's it. That's really what he calls himself.
Listen, I don't talk. He the one do all the talk. Listen,
man, that's a smooth guy. That he's a smooth. I be sitting watching. He's a smooth guy. He really is. He's a smooth guy. He kind of one of them. He's kind of subtle with it, Yeah, he ain't the flashy cool guy. He like the guy you say that he be in the back of the room in the corner.
You're making him blush. You're making him blush. Look at him.
You can see it on him though. That's the time he don't say very much. You sit back and observe, monitor the room. Like what you say, read the room.
Listen, that man now, you had to watch him. He up to something. I heard somebody put that. Who was that?
That's probably back in the corner.
All right, who is that? Oh man, okay, man. I got man. Okay,
yeah, that was great marriage counseling.
Yeah, good marriage. I appreciate it. But we do. It's a lot of things I can help people on. I sent a video. This short. I have two.
Hold on. I can say something real quick.
Yeah.
I just saw the video you sent me, and I don't think you recognize who that is you sent me. I know exactly who that is you sent me.
Okay. Stop it. What? I don't know. Then let me see what I did.
Do you recognize this lady has a horrific reputation?
Horrific. Oh yeah. Okay.
That is Tyrese's ex-wife, who married him and divorced him specifically over some money and suing him through court and tarnishing his name and trying to say that she's a relationship coach throughout the whole process. That's Tyrese's wife.
I don't. Okay. Okay. I just want to put it. Listen. I mean. I don't. What I thought the man was. I'm trying to look like. No, I don't know. I still don't know her. Kelly. I just wanted to put our facts up and see whether people agree. Women agree. Let me be honest. No one counsels me. My counsel come on. I don't have to sit on for no counsel. I want to see who other women agree with it. Man, I highlight that. Hold on, please. Hold on. You don't recognize. You don't. I'm saying I had to go back and look. I'm saying myself. What did I do? Who is this person? How do you explain that? You ain't gonna believe
she's notorious for practicing what she don't preach.
Okay. Can you just nobody? Okay. Can you just do what? Woo.
Hey, the video up there. I'm
What? That's what I told you to do. You'll see if she's coaching, if she's counseling somebody.
And this is not surefire. There may be other excuses, or other things going on. But these are 4 signs. Number 1 is that they become more secretive. They become more private about their phone, about their Instagram, about their Facebook, who they talking to, who they spending time with. That's a sign. Number 2, they become more suspicious about what you've got going on. And your patterns haven't changed. Okay, that's a sign. Number 3 is that they start wanting more alone time, more girl time out of nowhere. It's like, normally she would go out once in a while, but now she's trying to go out all the time and not be spending time with you. And she doesn't have her phone on her phone's off while she's out. Yeah, that's a sign. Number 4, this is another sign, is that she starts inserting doubts and saying, oh, I don't think this relationship is going to work because you do this or you do that. Just starting to find nitpick about negative things about y'all relationship dynamic that she hasn't done before to insert doubt about. 4 signs that your girl may be cheating on you. Okay. Again, this is not surefire. There may be other excuses.
Thank you. So that's women will agree with what she said. So she wasn't. I didn't send it to you for her to counsel anybody. I want to see would women agree with what she was saying as for signs. Who she dated before and what she done to Tori. This is just a matter of what is your opinion. We have two ladies. We have other ladies that are on the other side. I'm curious from hearing that from a female saying these are 4 signs that she says, like you said, she's notorious for cheating and other things. So she's telling you some of her patterns. So would you ladies agree? She said that's not foolproof. She did state that. She said, but I'm just telling you, typically these are signs to look for if she is cheating. Would you ladies agree or disagree? And our side panel, men as well, but especially our ladies, if you could kind of come on and just let us know your opinion or not. What y'all think?
Go ahead, Tuli. What you think?
Oh, that's tight. They said she done gave our secrets up.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I had to hear it again because I didn't listen to it like that. But as far as
let me hear it one more time. Let me hear it again. So now they can't hear. That's a sign. That's
I don't think so either. I heard her. I don't think so either.
The 5th sign she said on another video there when she said when your girl or your lady said I didn't hear you. She said that's a sure.
Become more secretive. They become
can you start it back it up a little bit? It comes straight on just saying.
Who they talking to, who they spending time with. That's a sign.
They won't start from the beginning.
So that's a short that you gave me, and the shorts don't have the ability to.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta let it play. So I'll loop it again.
It can back up, y'all. Let me catch the beginning. Go ahead.
All right, one moment.
You're right.
Go and try to see what I can.
Fair use, YouTube. Fair use.
4 signs that your girl may be cheating on you. Okay. Again, this is not surefire. There may be other excuses, or other things going on, but these are 4 signs. Number 1 is that they become more secretive. They become more private about their phone, about their Instagram, about their Facebook, who they talking to, who they spending time with. That's a sign. Number 2, they become more suspicious about what you've got going on. And your patterns haven't changed. Okay. That's a sign. Number 3 is that they start wanting more alone time, more girl time out of nowhere. It's like, normally she would go out once in a while, but now she's trying to go out all the time and not be spending time with you. And she doesn't have her phone on her. Her phone's off while she's out. Yeah, that's a sign. Number 4, this is another sign, is that she starts inserting doubts and saying, oh, I don't think this relationship is going to work because you do this or you do that. Just starting to find nitpick about negative things about y'all relationship dynamic that she hasn't done before to insert doubt about. 4 signs that your girl may be cheating on you. Okay. Again, this is not surefire. There may be other excuses, or other things going on, but these are 4 signs. Number 1 is that they become more secretive. They become more private about their phone.
Got it. I don't agree.
Well,
go ahead. Talk to the people.
I don't agree either, preacher. I mean, I feel like if people become privacy, number 1, it's like okay, at the end, if people are cheating, they can delete, and then you can look at their phone and they already deleted. So privacy, that them not wanting to see the phone, I feel like that has nothing to do with cheating. Spending time with your girls. Sometimes people want to spend time with their friends.
Healthy. Don't think that's a sign. More alone time. You want to spend time with yourself. I mean, that's not.
I'm with the girl. She didn't say more long time. If I'm correct now, I think she said she didn't say. She might have. Okay.
That is right, Faith. A woman can cheat and not do any of that. That is very true.
Exactly.
So,
none of that. Exactly.
I'm telling you, the 5th sign. I'm telling you right now, the 5th sign is she's finding somewhere else to stay. The 6th sign is when the 6th sign to know that your girl has been unfaithful to you is when you come home and some guy and you find out that your wife is your significant other is part of a rodeo because he has her in the book.
Oh my goodness!
You find out she's a sweet little deer because he has her in the book. That's that 6th sign. You shouldn't even worry about the other ones. The 6th sign is good.
Man, that's tight.
Yeah.
Big cookie. Come on.
Yes.
Man would never do that stuff.
Yeah, black men don't cheat.
He put hashtag too. Nice
Yeah.
a big cookie.
So we heard about the woman. Let's play the other video. Let's see this. I want y'all to tell me, y'all look at this video. Give me your opinion.
Hey,
Who was wrong? Okay.
what
listen-
I was
Preacher,
it was
preacher.
wrong.
Preacher, hold on. Chavez said, "Put a check on that board, preacher."
Are you serious? I'm telling you the way to find out.
Wow.
Who is Chavez? You
Dare
see
you,
Chavez?
Chavez.
She like this. You see that Chavez? She want to see us fall apart. If we don't stick together, Chavez, we ain't gonna make it.
I'm defending you, preacher. How dare
Now
he?
you want,
He
you
said
want
that.
Chavez to call you out, and then she like, I got him now, and throw him under the bus like.
I
Andrew,
can't believe he said that to you, preacher.
I'm sure.
What you about to say, Love Doctor?
I wanted to ask if it's okay. I have a short video where her husband Tyrese made a response to her video. Can I play that and see what y'all think about that?
Let's go.
Go ahead, because this is funny.
There's the rebuttal.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you went viral again over something else that you said because you're trying to build up your YouTube page and get your followers up. Listen, man, listen. If you had people in your ear that influenced you into leaving your husband and your 1-year-old child, your innocent 1-year-old child, we both were divorcee kids, grew up in toxic environments, torn in between our old family, new family, stepfather, stepmother. That's a life that we both lived. And you packed up a 1-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras, and I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage and my family. You're heartless.
I just have a comment. Why would he use so much filter on his videos like that?
Say that. Why do he use so much what?
Filters.
Filter.
I can't. My computer messing up. My sound. I can't hear what you're saying.
It feels like we switched into it.
But you do the same thing. You can't hear what we're saying.
I'm trying to figure out why you think that was a response to her video.
I don't think it was a response. Oh, I see what you're
saying. A video.
Let me tell you something. Honestly, in all honesty, with playing that video, it didn't really have a merit to what we were talking about because it wasn't about him. It wasn't about running down, men. Or it just said she had her comments would have been how to see when a man ain't no good. When a man leaves you, then it would have been like you're in a position to talk about a man leaving a woman when you left me. And then you said, then what's dumb? He said, you left me in a 1-year, you left your marriage in a 1-year baby. I'm saying like she left her baby and her husband when she left with the baby.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
And this is what you think about too. When you I wouldn't have gotten to a relationship part unless I could hear this how I operate when you deal with people's marriages. You want to hear both sides. Because typically when a woman leaves with a child, it's going to be a little more dynamic in than what we're going to know than just what a man said. I'm on a plane and she decided to leave when he was gone, knew he was coming back. She didn't want to see him. She didn't want to fix it. She didn't want to talk about she wanted to leave. So without really hearing all of her excerpts or her explanation for her explaining hearing him, I like to watch people when I counsel. I like to look at you so I can vibe you and see when I catch the look off, when I catch the jittering, when I catch the hesitation, it's a lot of things I'm looking for than just to say, going what he say, it sound like he never said, okay, he did bring up how they grew up toxic, all that. Then you understand why it went that way. So for her, I think she felt like when a woman leaves, you come and try to talk about it, she's already waited and said, I don't want to talk about it. There's no repair. I don't want to hear it because I don't want to fall for it again. Would y'all agree? If you leave to try to pay and you leave, it's because I know where it's going. He could possibly be that guy where he lays on the door, he grabs you, no, you ain't going nowhere. We're gonna stay. She like, I don't want to get pinned in here. I'd rather be gone. I made up you a 1-year-old baby and I'm gone, it's a lot more to that situation. I've done enough marriage. It's a whole lot more. Both guys, hey man, how do hoes stop with hoes? You gotta look at when you're the person that's inserting the damage. You don't like. I hate needles getting shot. You know, needles. What the nurses always tell me. Oh, it don't hurt. You just a big baby. Why? Because the other person doing the insert. I'm the person actually getting injected. I don't like it. But they said, but come on here, you get this ain't it because they're not getting the shot. So when he's talking about her, he's talking because he's the one that's doing the injection. So and also, like, you actually tied two companies together that didn't have nothing to do with each other. But to get it straight, it looked like he was coming to her. Oh, she's talking about a woman's cheating.
A woman.
Yeah, she didn't say anything bad about him.
No, she never mentioned him one time. Oh, I got a video of her when he come back. I said myself, I don't know this man here. We gonna work on all that. When you tie stuff together, this is how people tie stuff together, and then you get two things: misinformation, disinformation. Tyree is gonna speak from a hurt husband because he's gotta look at this. People ain't crazy. He know how people thinking. What did you do the reason she left?
Right, and also too, if I might add, it's just practical to think that if a person is leaving when another person is away, they're probably the aggressor they're trying to get away from. You know what I mean? Like, are they just not a person of confrontation? They don't want confrontation or conflict. So you pack up everything when that person go to work, or they, you know what I mean? I think because either you're an aggressor or that person is a person that don't like confrontation. Because if she was like a dominant woman, I believe that she would have stood her ground and left when in his face, like, I'm leaving regardless of what you say. But if she's the type that not confrontational or he's the aggressor, she would probably do something like that. But then again, it's kind of hard to tell. But like what I was asking, what was her sign, her 4 signs? I'm gonna side with the ladies, with Dr. Joe and Miss Tooley, because that could have very well been symptoms or signs of depression. A lot of times, people when they're depressed, they don't want to talk. A lot of times they want to be by themselves. A lot of times, they shut their phone off. A lot of times they want to be with other people outside of you because, they need a different perspective. They want to hear something from their contemporaries or their or their peers. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean they cheating. It could, I think the scope is too wide just to narrow it down to saying these are 4 signs of a woman cheating. I've been cheated on years ago. I can't really recall as to what the reasons being, but who cares that you don't share your phone, or who got that kind of time? You know what I mean? To be looking at another person's phone, or to be, trying to. And then when a person is doubtful, a lot of time when people are doubtful and optimistic, they're kind of like, would you agree, Dr. Joe? That's like a state of depression. When a person is looking at the proverbial life with the glass half empty opposed to half full. You know what I mean? Like, when you're kind of not being, like, what's today? They just, I'm just here, and kind of like having a bad outlook on life. That's like signs of depression to me. It's talking about being doubtful, like a Debbie Downer, like, see, look at things on the bright side. I mean, you can't find nothing good to say. It's always something negative. So I don't really think those are really valid signs of a woman cheating. Maybe she used those methods. You know what I'm saying? That's why she thinks that those are the reasons. Who knows?
Right.
I mean,
right.
That was a good video to kind of a talking point for a video, no doubt.
Right. It could be.
Well, I'm sure she was that's things that her and her friends, her group does it. So when she was speaking, like a lot of times you're speaking from experience. Because somebody say, "Well, how do you know?"
Right.
Me and my girls do. So she knows because she look at these are things that her and her friends do. So I mean, your group, and you look at your peer group. A lot of time, what they do, you know, I'm sure she's not just throwing. She didn't just. For me, I know she didn't just throw it out of her head out of nowhere. She looked at these are things that we do, and these are things you guys miss. I'm just putting it out there, just letting you know. Also, I was reading Loch Ness was saying how she went on a talk show and said she really don't know why she left people got in her head. That she'll come out later on with what was really going on with the mental abuse. Let me ask you a question. Why would ladies be telling their friend you need to leave him? Why would they be telling that nothing's going on? Why would they use that for their description of you need to leave him?
Because she told him something.
Yeah, because you know something was going on. So sometimes the psychosis when people go through damage, and it could be he wasn't physical, but the mental of what he was doing, and when she shared with them what he was doing, or him, she know. But for her now, she's looking at him out here. I've no doubt I've lost a lifestyle. I think it'll come out later. She will look and realize it was some mental abuse that was there. Hopefully not, but there's no way, there's nothing going on, and I let people get in my head. Why would somebody be telling me to leave my wife unless I'm saying what? What would I? Why would you need to leave her? You need to, why? What do you know? Oh, nothing. I'm just talking. Nothing happened. I don't know nothing. You just need to leave your wife. First of all, that would make zero sense. They will be telling me to leave him because I told them what?
Right.
We're not free. So to say, I mean, it's too easy to pick people up. Now, what happened with her? She just can't put it. And no doubt she's probably looking at how I'm having to live versus the lifestyle I have. Sometimes people will trap you into their lifestyle. You got all these things, but you don't actually have them. You have them while you with me. You won't have them when you're not with me. Now you look at, I'm out here now, I don't have that. I really should have stayed. Hey, everybody got problems. Everyone has problem things, but there are solutions. And there's sometimes you have to look at the things aren't worth the tragedies you deal with or the things you suffer. When you allow the things to say, well, I lost the things, but you were suffering. You were complaining all the time about the marriage.
Right.
Sometimes you can get out and realize it was better. I was just a complainer, but you told those people. So if the words I let people get in my head. Why were people in your head telling you to leave your husband? Because you told them something.
Right.
I guarantee if I had my pillar down the show, she'll be looking stupid. She'll be saying, can we go to a commercial break? Yeah, it's too easy. That's too easy to read.
Wow. You good, Raw. I remember this was many years ago. Me and my wife, we had a kerfuffle some many years ago. And I got very, very highly upset. We had a heated argument. And it was like 11 o'clock at night. And I walked out. I literally got up after the argument, during the argument, and I walked out. And at the time, I had called my mentor and told him I was like, I called a couple of friends first, and they were like, "Yeah, man, da 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 da." And then I called my mentor, and he was like, he said, "Go back home." I said, "What do you mean?" I'm calling because we just had an argument. We had a real heated discussion, and I got very, very upset, and I can't stand to being around her right now. He said, "Still, that's where you're married. That's where you belong. That's where you live." And I said, "Okay," but I actually told him I was, and I actually lied. To make a long story short, what I wound up doing, I went to the emergency room. There was a hospital like a couple miles down the road. I walked to the hospital, and I just sat in the emergency room. If there was nothing wrong with me, I just sat in the emergency room to the next morning. So I came home the next morning, and then I came in the house, and it appeared to my wife, that I had been out all night. I had been eating. I wasn't drinking or smoking or doing nothing like that. She knew I wasn't a drinker or a smoker or whatever, but it left too many questions. You know what I mean? Too many questions in her mind. What did he do when he left home? But the advice that was given to me was go back home. That's where you live. That's your wife. Go home and work it out. But listen to other individuals. They wanted me to go and hang out, which I wasn't about to do that. I just needed to be by myself to kind of collect my thoughts and things of that nature. But I sat in the emergency room overnight, which was a bad look for me the next day that was the only way I could cope with what had went on. So, like you said, you go and tell people, and they tell you to go do this. What did you tell them? You see what I'm saying? That's how I can relate to what you just said, because I said, yeah, we got an argument about this, that, and then they gave me their version of a remedy, and that remedy was not going to work for me. You know what I mean? Though me and my wife was arguing, I still a harbor. I wasn't going to go out and step out on her. I'll go do something, you know what I'm saying, vicarious. I just said, hey, look, I'm going to go here, find some. I didn't have anywhere to go, so the hospital stayed open 24 hours a day. I just sat up in the emergency room, you know, to the next morning, which was a dumb idea, but nonetheless, I done.
You actually went somewhere because you were hurt. It
Right.
wasn't, you know, but I mean, it's just an instinct. You looked at, you know, just go sit at the hospital. It wasn't nothing they can help you with, but you know, just kind of one of those things in the mind that, you know, go there. That's a safe place to just sit and kind of, you know, the body has a way of doing things sometimes, or the mind has a way of picking up things that wouldn't be something we would catch at the time. But it told you were hurt. That's why you left. So going to the hospital, it made sense. It wasn't a hurt that could be filled with going with some friends or going hanging out. You just need to go somewhere and just sit. And then at the same time, while you were there, you looking at other people getting called up, or other people come in looking at the government.
Exactly. I did, yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm a little decent with what I do. A little decent.
Because what you said prior to that, which brings me to this. Rob, this is the question I want to ask. Okay, you being 56 years old, okay? For those you've said, that's why I can say your age. So let me ask you this. You being 56 years old.
Let me ask you, hold on one second for you finish. You see this right here? He said, I get in my truck and go to the gas station. I just sit in the parking lot. Anybody know why? Because he feels empty.
Wow,
because he feels empty.
Everybody have a
It's honest. Yeah. You feel anxiety, you feel drained, you feel empty. A lot of times, let me tell you something. People don't believe it. Sometimes some of us will do things that's a little more curious to figure out some things you can't kind of just pick up with people and kind of see that, unbeknown to you, it's other things. You'll typically go back to things like if a person had memory loss, the first thing they'll try to do is to try to find things that they know they're familiar with or try to put them in places they're familiar with. They feel like putting you there helps to kind of bring you back into the cognate of knowing other things. Oh, this is my room. That's my bed. And the kitchen is down. Okay. We keep going. Now let's do names. Let's see who else stay here with you. Me, my wife, my kid. What are their names? And we'll move from there. So you typically take people to places to where they're familiar with, and you try to bring them back from that point. So places sometimes that people go through kind of show you, like, you look at, for you, this works. At the time, you don't understand why sometimes, but it has a connection. Would you agree, Resident?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you just said, you say I was at the hospital because I was hurt, and he was at the gas station because he was empty. And you want to go to the gas station to fill up, and you want to go to the hospital if you hurt some kind of way. Man, the call that was nice. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I keep him on payroll right there.
That's why he is my director. People just don't know.
That was tight. It kind of almost sounded like a punchline, but it was actually literally it went together. Yeah. So now can I ask you this question?
Yeah, go ahead. I wanted to know I could do more than one thing at one time. Go ahead.
We already know that. Oh, so you being 56 years old, right? Okay. We typically know what you do in the course of a day, right? My question is are you able to, and we know that you're able to do it through the strength of Mr. Yahuwah, no doubt. Now, from a natural standpoint, is it that what the amount of sleep you get, right, compared to how much you are up during the day on the activities that you engage in, right? Mm-hmm. Is it because you when you drove so many years that you could stay up long periods of time, and you know what I mean? Or is it that I'm trying to figure out what's that X factor that keeps you vibrant at your age and still be able to operate and function off that very little bit of sleep? You know what I mean? Prior to me being diagnosed with cancer and everything, I was pretty active and outgoing too, but I don't have that anymore. But I'm saying, even at that age, you don't typically see an individual able to do that much in the course of a day with that little bit of. Am I making sense? Your metabolism, you structured your mind to do it. I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out because it's almost like an anomaly because you typically don't see no one around your age doing that because it's almost like you could put on somebody a professional basketball team.
I guess I started years ago. Trucking kind of helped nail the coffin. I steal cars. So stealing cars, we had to stay up. Nighttime was definitely our time to stay up. In the daytime, we rolled around and look at what we were going to steal at night.
Okay.
So when it came 11 o'clock, we still called when I was still in the 80s. So what we would leave out about 11 o'clock, we striking. Because back then, see, people had cable, people weren't standing up. You remember the TV used to cut off. So people, typically 11 o'clock, people sleep. On a Sunday night, we were still early because people go to sleep early on Sunday because they've been up the weekend before they're going to work Monday. And if it rains, we go out early. Rain make people go to sleep early, and they tend to not pay attention to some noise because the rain. So people don't know time. That was something I specialize in getting people doing no time for hours. So the daytime, you spent time riding around. You trying to find your lick. So at nighttime, you're not riding around. You're just going to where you go. You already know what stuff is at. And you kind of picked up people's behaviors. So sometimes 2 days, but then, your body just crashes and you sleep. We out. We in the car, sleep, wherever, you get it. And I learned to sleep light and then you go. Sometimes you get to a car to steal it. So I had those infrequent sleeping hours. Then trucking crippled me more when I got to run the 26-hour routes, get about 4 hours. And that just messed me up. Then this job, preaching, I'm like, goodness, man, I've been down a long time. But I was just thinking about when you said it. So, I mean, it's one of those things that when you're dealing with people and people's lives, you don't get a lot of rest. You really don't. I really could sleep better in the daytime than I can at night.
Really?
I was saying, you were saying during Passat, you were like, I'm finna get drunk on some sleep. Because I knew, I was like, he runs so hard. I'm like,
really?
Second, I'm like, hey, I look and say you send out a Palau, you send out this and send out. I'm like, my been a 3-hour time zone different. I'm like, man, he up 3:42 in the morning, and then I'm like, he up 1 a.m. I'm like, when does he ever go to sleep? Like, I'm like, this got to be AI or something. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, he's 56 years old. How is he doing this? And it's just like,
no, it's not healthy now.
What you say, Dr. Joe?
That's not healthy, but I don't know how he does it. Because when we were doing the Mohawks, he's the last one to leave. And the next day, he says, this is the time, and he's there at that time. And he won't show that he's tired. And the younger people were like dying, and he is up.
Yeah,
ready to play.
People getting home and getting to bed like 5 in the morning. 3:30, 5 in the morning. Yeah, we have Mohawks. Unlike most people, we don't go and like, okay, we done got through preaching and leave. We hang and we, that's what we do. Then they leave. I'm locked the place up pretty much. They know I'm gonna be there till everything is done. I have to make sure everything is done. They be like, I got you, but I'm gonna be here. Make sure you get done. Record. We got all that recording and other stuff to do, but I appreciate it. I appreciate being able to do what I do. Then got to work out. I got to work out my ladies, work them out, and then walk around. That's after preaching all day. You get through it. And said then I might have a meeting. I play some cards. Then after I get through that, I got to work. When I get through working them out, then I got to work out. So I got somebody they got to go in now. And we got one I keep Daniel. Y'all, pray that he get arrested for what he does to us in the gym. And we go in there and the Love Doctor, is it an easy workout, Love Doctor?
No, sir. Not at all. My triceps feeling it today.
Yeah,
that's why you look that tired. I was wondering why he looked so tired.
It's running, it's everything.
Why would somebody at 10:30 at night look tired? That makes no sense.
That man, you gonna
10:30 at night. It's not that late. It's 10:14. Well, doctor.
Hey,
You're
I
young.
actually have another video I want to know if I can share with y'all. I want to get y'all opinion on this.
Okay, the
You're
video.
younger
I
than
said, let's see
Preacher.
what y'all opinion on that video. Oh yeah, let's see.
All right,
Go
here we
ahead.
go, ladies and gentlemen.
I sent one.
Starbucks worker discovered her
Let's see
husband
what you think.
was cheating on her with her best friend. Her cousin, who works at Starbucks, repeatedly saw him at the drive-thru with a different woman in his car. Upon hearing this, the wife went undercover, dressing up as a Starbucks employee to confront him, and let's just say, things are about to get awkward.
What do you say when your best friend is cheating?
When it was time for him to receive his order, this is what she did.
Hi, sir. Ma'am. Hi. Hi. Yeah. No, wait. No, yeah. No, wait. How's your water? No, yeah. Hey, you want an extra whip? Extra whip? Here you hang out. That's not what he looks like. To hang out? Yeah.
Do you think he deserved this? Like and subscribe to never get cheated on. This Starbucks worker.
So tell me,
Whoa.
do we think that she was correct and he was wrong, or was he innocent? Because you really all you have is a person pulling up in a car, and was he innocent and she was wrong?
Now,
Tula dropping her head. Tula, stop trying to defend the women.
Go first, Tula. Go first,
Yeah,
Tula.
go first, Tula. You got to tell her. Defend the woman. Guilt.
I don't think that was wrong because I was in a car with. That's not my.
You don't think it was wrong?
I don't think that. I think she was wrong for doing it without knowing who it was. Why. I think she was wrong for jumping to the conclusion based on what somebody else said. Based off.
now, truly at the end, she said you were calling her baby. Because I was thinking the same as you, but at the end, she said you were calling her baby. So I guess she heard it through when they were ordering. The guy said baby to the girl, and that's not figure they were.
That's Andrew got the right spirit. Miss Danielle says, "Why spend that much energy, though?" And Sarah says, "Like and subscribe to never cheat on." Thank you. Good answer. I don't know what she done. Andrew said, "I wouldn't hit her, but I would pay one of those hood chicks together." See.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around the fact of how could she even have the ability to get behind to do all the.
That's what I'm at.
That's a lot.
Well, let me say this. Well, let me say this. I don't. Well, let me say this.
Operating policies of Starbucks. How does it work?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Let me say this. That story is like probably 99%. 0.9% not an actual story, but something like that. Starbucks would never allow. Starbucks will be sued. First of all, you let her come in there, put on the uniform, and answer drive-through.
Right.
I think it kind of is one of those things where it gives you an idea of what, in that case, what would you say?
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think what would you? There's no way Starbucks. My cousin working at Starbucks. My cousin is not the owner of Starbucks. My cousin not the manager. Even if he was, he would be smart enough to realize that's a bad deal. That would be a bad deal. Okay. He didn't do it. If you want to sit in your car and catch me in the parking lot, I hit you on the phone and say, "Hey, he in the parking lot." That's on y'all. Police can't give any violence. But doing that from that window, they could really, that girl could have sued Starbucks. Yeah, you got an employee. They said, well, she's not an employee. Another reason for me to sue. You can let somebody come in here, put on a uniform, order my food, and I was thirsty water. You could have hit the gas. Think when you're in the drive-thru, you don't have your car in park. You have your foot in the brake.
Right.
You had a cup of ice water on me. That could have made me took my foot off, hit the gas, and hit somebody walk out. Typically, you can walk out right across the drive-thru and I could have hit somebody. So it's just so many variables. But I guess the end was looking at in what was our opinion on who would you say was wrong or right?
Yeah, now I can answer that question because I had to get past that first. Now I think the lady, she was kind of wrong in a sense because given the information, unless that was his pattern of behavior, then she could justify it. But just off of a whim, I don't think she should have done that. But she said it was rumored that he was been cheating, stuff like that. So that
Cousin
probably,
said she said different women. He would come through the drive-through with different women.
well, so yeah, I think she was pretty much kind of justified to some degree. But if she was wrong, that would have been a very bad look for her, because it probably been the time that he didn't have someone he was cheating with. It could have been a relative or somebody. But then again, like Miss Tooley said, why would a man be having another woman in his vehicle in the first place if it's not, you know, a mutual friend of his significant other? So yeah.
And then you go to the coffee shop that your wife's cousin works at.
That's what I'm saying. You would have to know it, because when you seen me, that meant surely I seen you through the window and realized you ain't got to worry about me coming back here to myself.
Well, time I'm gonna keep coming. Because
how you say, right? How you say you're not very bright? You're not very smart. Oh, I needed this laugh tonight, gosh. What it did, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, how about this? I got something to make up real quick. What do y'all think about the guy Halliburton's dad? If y'all know about Halliburton's dad and altercation, losing the player, was the dad justified for what he did, or do you think that Antetokounmpo was justified by his reaction?
Well, hold on, but before you do that, let me bring the audience up to speed. Allow me one moment. Let me pull up the video so they can see what it is you're referring to.
I think the playoff game number 5 of the Milwaukee Bucks and the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, from last night.
Oh, you know, that was no. That wasn't Indiana. Was that wasn't Indiana? I thought that was the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, it was Indiana and
Milwaukee.
With Giannis and the dad.
Yeah, I think it was like a night or two ago or something like that.
Oh yeah. Also, I want to ask you something else right quick. I'm sorry, dude. Something else. Down. I don't know why I had this bad habit of.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, go ahead.
Order.
Fair use.
Fair use, YouTube. Fair use.
Gary Trent Jr. has it roll off of his fingertips. I am in shock. Here we go. Halliburton. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Halliburton for the lead. 1.3 to go. Pacers by 1. Order to inbound it. No. Giannis is going to take it.
Scored the game-winning shot.
Gary Trent Jr. Lets it fly. And the Pacers are moving on. What a comeback in overtime by Indiana. 119.
That's written long.
Pacers and overtime.
Yeah, he really lost.
Run. I still cannot believe we saw that we just I don't believe this. This is incredible. Wow. Indiana's moving into the second round for the second consecutive season. For the first time since 2011 through 2014, when they did it 3 consecutive times. That is crazy ending.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Back.
The 8-0 run occurred, Greg, in the last 35 seconds. That is just a shocking way to win and lose a basketball.
So I think that's the part you're talking about, right, Confederate?
Yes, sir.
What he say about that?
You call that whoop whoop noise? It's like whoop whoop whoop.
What he say about that?
I just thought that it was kind of distasteful for his dad to walk out as being a fan, to go and to approach a NBA player in that manner, to provoke him to have an altercation after his son won, won to advance to the final.
Well, that's not the final. He just moved up to the next round. He's not even at the finals.
Sir?
He's not even at the final. That's just the first round.
Right. I mean, yeah, to win. But I think it was distasteful for his dad to being just a fan. But obviously his son is a player. But to get on the court to approach another player, you know what I mean, to provoke him to have a confrontation, that was for his dad. But Halliburton did say that he thought that he didn't justify his behavior. I just wanted to ask y'all, what did y'all think? Y'all thoughts were on that? Was Giannis justified for what he did, or was the father? Was he within to do what he did?
Well, Giannis really didn't do anything. He said the father came on the court. He was cursing at him and holding up the towel, and he didn't know who he was. You can saw if you look back at it. When Giannis walked out, he gave the thumbs up and walked out. But Giannis apologized to him because he found out that was his dad. The other team was a player, but he still sold him. He was disrespectful. He was cursing him out. He was like that, and he didn't want a championship. He's like, I won one. I never did that. You be humble. You be humble. You're supposed to be humble when you win. He's like, he was just really disrespectful, cursing at me, and help that. That's what we did. Like, I'm trying to figure out what. So, we understand the dad has been banned. I'm sure they'll let him. Giannis will come back and tell the league again. Because I'm sure Halliburton would tell him, hey, I talked to my dad. Hey, can you talk to him? Let's get back. But yeah, that's where we at. People don't know how to win and do stuff. Yeah, we did it. But cursing another player out. We went to the Super Bowl with the New England and the Chiefs, and I tell you what, man, Philly fans have really bad now. I tell you, you remember that somebody were cursing out the Chiefs, and they were saying nothing. So it was unprovoked. It was too. I was like, man, y'all gonna get from behind me with this? Cause I'm like, you gonna get your behind. Well, I mean, these people turn around looking saying, well, I mean, y'all, I'm like, and they lost. I'm telling you, the mouth was terrible. We was in the restroom. I had to go to the restroom. Philly fans, they go way too far. Listen, when people in the stall, they cut. Listen, it's not gonna be good. They look, listen, they see me. I'm like, man, I don't even play like that. I'm like, we grown people. Wait, what are y'all thinking? I mean, they listen. They were listen. Come out the stall. I'm sitting like, it didn't happen with me. I'm telling you something. I open that stall door. They've been right there. Somebody finna get flushed. I'm like, man, I don't know what you think about that person. I mean, they were really losing. This was white on white, and they were picking on little whites. I'm gonna be honest with you, they were picking on little white because none of them did it to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was just here. I'm like, this is crazy. You think about a bunch of people beating on the door trying to get you thinking, oh, have y'all lost it? But they were picking on smaller white people. I'm being honest, it was too many of them. It's like, this is a game. Somebody gonna win. It ain't even that serious. Mm-hmm. I'm here. I'm watching the game. Hey, it was a great game. It's one of the best Super Bowls I ever seen. It was to the wire. It was a good game. Hey, I would like to see Jalen Hurts win there. He did. I wasn't finna fight nobody, tear up nothing. It's a game. Right. The players don't even do that. So, people just go too far. Also, Andrew, he made a comment here. You can see that he said, I dated a girl years ago. They had anybody where all the red flags were there. I ignored them and paid for it dearly. It was because of self-esteem. He was comfortable with something that he knew. I knew what she was going to do, so I'd accept it. Some people don't like the unknown. Some people are afraid of things working out for them. So typically they'll take the bad end because I know what'll happen with that. It's like people that might, there's people who might mutilate themselves. They're used to pain. Pain is comfort for them. Mm-hmm. What you think, look, Resident Joe? What would you say? He knew it. He ignored it. Paid for it later.
No. For the man, what are some red flags that you guys would say you guys see in a woman?
You see again a bunch of guys blowjobs. You see on the corner with a skirt on, no underwear. She's taking money off in the car. I'm not y'all ask for red flag. Let me say this when it comes to men. A lot of times men not that clever.
Duh.
So that's why a lot of times get played, because a lot of times we have been taught this is kind of what they'll give a man. A man will be ready to be the player. Don't let no hoe play you, but you're not descriptive enough to teach a man about what to look for in the scene. You just get him stuff. That's why I said the red flags are she's on the corner, no draw, mini skirt. She keep getting in and out of car with guy, they give her money. You know what, man? I think that girl a hoe. that's just the thinking. She's getting like 50 guy blowjob. Man, you know what, man? I think that girl, I think she be doing some of anything. But it's got to be 50. If it's 35, 49, he'll miss it. She's a good church girl. So for men, a lot of times, that's going to be a different question. It's going to be based on what kind of, I guess, I don't know. It's different with men. Men hard to figure out. You know what I'm saying? Look at good girl like bad guys. When Tudor first got me, was I a good guy or bad guy?
You do have a good point, preacher.
Answer the question.
I think that
it's the mystery.
You said what, Tuli?
He was a bad guy.
So you like bad guys?
That's kind of the end.
Why, preacher? Why you're like, why is it women are attracted, especially smart and good women, are usually attracted to bad guys?
Yeah, they like that. You know what I'm saying? Blue collar, hardworking guys.
I wouldn't say smart, Dr. Joe. I wouldn't use the word smart.
When I say smart, I mean educational. I mean more. I don't mean smart like clever smart.
You think somebody's smart because they got an education?
Uh-oh.
I mean, somebody that has an education, I'm sure she's not stupid.
Listen, why are you wasting a lot of time trying to explain? The man would take you all around the block to get nowhere.
But preacher, why is that? Why is it that certain women are attracted to that?
Because it's taboo. People tend to like what you're not supposed to do. Being that person that person. Let me see what Andrew said. Andrew said, so true. I totally agree. Oh, amazing. So I don't know, maybe talking about the football. I don't know if he's talking about me. He said, red flag, honestly, a woman with more than one child. Oh my goodness. One child that's never been married. That's a red flag. Yeah, that's true. If she got 35 kids. You know what, man? I think she might have too many kids. She got 35. What makes you think that? Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm prejudging her. Really, man, that's not something that, I mean, it just, they got funny stuff they look for. I mean, like weed wares. I never liked weed wares. I just never thought nothing about it. I was helping her, but she was hiding her money. She gotten some money back and didn't tell me. She hid her money and couldn't find it. She thought I supposed to stole it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but what the reason why it's the thrill of it's just like why people watch horror movies. They're not killers. But why you watch Jason? It's the thrill of watching him doing it and catching him and doing it. So you kind of get to live out that sense of yourself through somebody else without getting the woes or the punishment of it.
People,
you got a drug
like glory.
I'm with one. I get to kind of live it through them. With this gangbangers. So I don't want to do it because I'm scared of going to jail, being arrested. But this person's done it, and they're not afraid to do it. It's that thrill of wow, that energy of, and you trying to get the psychosis of the thinking of a person that'll do that. Like you're not afraid of going to jail. You're not afraid of getting killed. You're not afraid of dying. So that's kind of the synopsis of why.
Yeah, because it's funny because bad guys are not attracted to bad girls. They usually to settle with good girls.
Well, I got Simple Slow over there. I went and got like that simple. You said that simple lemonade. I went and got some simple lemonade.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Got her a drink. She got one drink. She's sipping. Woo! I feel tears. I hope y'all take no advantage of me. Like, yep. Get some more. Drink up. Finish up. But that's it. That's how. Typically,
it's
will
interesting.
work. Yeah, I mean, most people don't think about it and really look at it, but that's it. It's like he said, red flag, play brothers and play cousins. Oh yeah, he says red flag. She got, yeah. No, I tell you, look at when she got did my friend.
Okay.
That's did my friend is the one you look for. Did my friend.
That's it.
Oh, shit, yeah. He did my friend.
And can be. We don't have to sleep with everybody. Y'all do. Men do.
Interesting, Tuli. Why is it that men have to sleep with everybody and we don't?
We don't. We don't have to sleep with everybody. Y'all. Goodness. And somebody can literally be your friend.
Yeah. Get your dog.
What? Yeah, he's like a brother to me. That's true too. Yes. That's unfair.
I used to have like friends that literally I put them in a brother category, and then man would be like, "There's no way. If that man is in your life, they're interested in you." I'm like, "But no, he's like my brother." But then they'll be like, "You might think he's your brother, but they don't think you're his sister." I never understood that, but I respected whatever they, at the end of the day. But I do feel like some people you can feel like they're like your brother, like
even with what you said, that you may feel like that's your brother, but he might feel like something different. Guess what? You still control the narrative in the story. Because you, the woman,
that's what I used to think. That's how I used to think.
That's what happens. You ain't gonna get nothing until we give it to you. I don't care how good you think.
Let me tell you something. Y'all make this my saying tonight. The woman determines if y'all gonna have sex, but the man determines if y'all gonna have a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, boy. Since I just see you as my brother, I don't even want to go further than that. I don't even care if you want a relationship. That's why. But men usually say if that man is around you, there's no way that they see you as a sister. I mean, men, I guess know how they think, but I thought like you're explaining. That's how I used to think. Tuli. It's different now that I'm married, but when I was single, I saw people as my brother. Like, oh, he's just my brother,
You ain't going nowhere unless I let you.
Let me tell you something. Not that what they're trying to say about what women determine. That's not a lot of time people repeat things that folks ain't.
I think a lot of those brothers are one day from getting the draws.
That's fine. You can be one day. You still one day away. You ain't the same day, same time. So it's still whether she allows you to have it or not.
I agree. Mi hermano, yeah, that's not, but you have to respect when you're in a serious relationship with somebody. Stop being friends with one. You have to respect that. But I honestly, sincerely, what you're explaining is literally what he's just like a cool friend. I don't ever saw anything else.
I don't know what's going on. Let me tell you something. You have to watch everybody.
You have to watch everybody.
Yeah, you got to watch everybody. Just being honest. Let's say somebody put something up down. Red flag. Somebody put a red flag. Red flag is not a love doctor. That's not a red flag. Y'all tell me, is it not a red flag?
I'm impressed with reenacting. That's what I'm talking about.
Women fool like you. Most of my place sister were and are still fine.
And so what they're using now is that the man is acting gay when they're catching them in the act. Oh, that's just my gay friend.
Oh, your gay good. There you go. Oh, sleepy crybaby. Bypass my wife 10 times being out. He said he probably bypassed his wife 10 times being out there. And I know we're coming to a close. My thing I try to encourage people to do is to really get to know yourself before really trying to engage in a relationship, or even if you're in a relationship, never let it be too late that you can't backpedal. to go reassess and just realize when something is not for you. I'll be honest with you, and it might throw some even marriage with people sometimes. There's a lot of time people find themselves in a situation when they do, typically do find themselves and realize you waste a lot of time, and that's not the person you realize to be with. Now, you can't get another one. I ain't telling you that. But that's why I encourage people to really get to know yourself and really, examine a person for more than the physical. The physical is the first. Really getting to know the sensitivity of a person. The logic of a person is important because you're going to have disagreements. You need to know, where do we get back to where we can communicate again, be on the same page? So your logic is going to really be important. How you do things, values. I mean, all of those are going to be really, because they play a part on whether or not you're going to sell an argument or you're going to drag it on. Dedication, commitment, not just with the relationship, because I won't know that until I'm in it. I need to see how committed you are to things that you're already doing. Because it's going to play a part for me realizing, are you going to hang in here or are you going to hang out there? So a lot of those things I would encourage people to do. Like Andrew said, you pass your wife, 9 times, 10 times. You didn't pass her. When you get to her, you'll stop. You just went past a lot of people to giving you an idea of some things you should look for. You see 9 or 10 things you need to look for in the person that you are going to marry. So when you come across them, it's bullseye. That's what you're gonna say. You hit me, you said, "Rah, bullseye." I got it. I know we got to get ready to go. He got to go and he got to go sit in the toilet, swing his legs because his feet can't touch.
Right. Can I say my saying?
Okay. I know it ain't gonna be something. Can you please say something that ain't dumb and stupid? Something you done found a back up a milk carton. Let's hear you say.
I've already said my saying.
It's terrible. You didn't say anything because I assure you. Let me tell you what you had to do.
Hey, it's my saying now. You gotta shoot down the saying.
You have a habit of repeating stuff that people say that's not true. That is not a true statement. If the woman determines every time a man's going to have sex, that is not a true statement.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that again.
And a man decided he determined if it's going to be a relationship. None of
That's
what
I said. Right. That's what I said. Yeah.
No, you said no. You said a woman determines sex. A man decides it's going to be a relationship. That is not true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, more men shouldn't be single then if they determine a relationship. More men should be in relationships.
Ooh,
that's
because it's not. And I'm not being. This is what I look at.
Can I say my saying?
Yeah. When you let me tell you this, because you ain't saying nothing. This is what I gotta get you to say. What hurts us as a people and people in general, we typically constantly recite things we hear from people that are not really fact founded. And because there are so many oppositions to what you stated, we can't even use that statement as a truth. We say that, but that's not in actuality. And then a lot of time what hurts us, not you, but just people in general, we tend to judge everything or judge people or live our life based off of some saying that really have been fact founded. And I'm being honest with you, a lot of time this is why people not in relationships or why people don't actually persevere more, because it's statement. What's Murphy Law? Whatever can will go wrong. That's not necessarily true. How many of y'all the whole world fell on top of you and it's Murphy's Law? Because it puts you in a mindset to look for failure more than success. So I tend to learn that a lot of times we say, then you start to live your life to the same, because you start, a lot of what you say, a lot of times is how you actually believe and see things. And those perception can really dim your sight for future success. So a lot of times you have to look at sayings and look at the people it come from. What would this, like certain things people say based off of where? Like someone, all black people steal based off of what interaction? Based off of what information? So we say, so then that's not true. We shouldn't say, you shouldn't say that. Well, a lot of things we say, we don't really have the facts on. We just more or less recite. Like I tell people, we're more reciters than we are people that really have information. So now when you tell us a saying, let's hear a saying from you that you have the experience of or the facts about, so we can incite people to go and enrich them. That's why I was saying. Now say your saying.
All right. Now I need more time to think about a saying.
But I ain't mad at you. Guess what? I
let
ain't
me hear
mad
your
at you.
saying. Go ahead. You say your saying. Give me time to think. You let me hear your saying.
Well, maybe I need to think about mine. So when I say something, I'm telling you why. When I say that, I don't want to seem as I'm trying to kill you or knock you. I look at, for me, let me just say, I was held back a lot of years based off of people's sayings and opinions. Because we take them and you hear them so many times that you don't know, you will formulate your life around them. And then when you finally start to kind of break your mold or shell and realize, wow, that wasn't true. And I was being held back based off of some other people's sayings. I say when I say things that people say or give people, it's based off of what I know. It's based off of facts or something I can say from experience versus, well, you know what they say. Yeah, a lot of people say a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But what do we know to be true? What do we know we can get? And there's never 100% of the answer. Let me say it's never 100% that it's every person, but you can find it's enough people that these dynamics have happened to say this same. So when I'm saying say what you say, let's hear it from your experience. Let's hear it from facts. So we lead the hearers, the people that hear, enriched that they say, that's something I can add in my repertoire. That's something I look at. That's something I feel like I can use in my life. That makes sense?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
let's go with what you got for a little doctor.
When you learn better, do better. Always be willing to grow.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me tell you what. It's an old saying. Guess what? It ain't nothing wrong because guess what? For some people who might have heard it, maybe today it might have sparked the nerve to somebody say, you know what? I'm going to do better. Right. And all way they can do better because they have better, more information. So that's what we're trying to part for. To me, I really try to change how I look at things, how I deal with situations differently. Time has taught me a couple of things. One, you don't have much of it left. So I have to look at the value of what I do in things. Since I only have limited time, I can't get caught up with everything. I tell my members all the time, y'all hear what I tell? Stay focused. Stay focused because your time limited. And you'll waste so much time with people to where you're like, wow, I got nothing to cut. Like sometimes you sit around all day, you're like, man, the day got, you ever did that before? The day got past, man, they ain't getting nothing done. That's something you can't get back. You say, now I'm gonna rush to do something. Now what's gonna happen? It's not gonna be as well properly done as it could have been done because now I got to rush to do it, or I'm gonna have to do it, or I'm gonna minimize something and not do something to say, well, that wasn't really important anyway, simply because I've wasted so much time that I can't recover. So now I try to look at making sure that I think, like you said, before I speak, look at my actions, what can be the consequences to what I do. And words, when we put them out, how can it radiate to where it enrich somebody and help them to make better decisions, get them on a better path. That's what we're supposed to do when we leave with each other. Laugh, have fun. At the end of the day, I want to leave you with something that enriches you to help you be better. And you do the same for me. So what you said, although been said many times before, I mean, who can fight that? It's true.
That's true.
What you got for us, Resident Joe? Oh my goodness. Come on.
Every day you have the opportunity to heal and grow.
That's sick. That is sick.
You know where I got that from, preacher?
Yeah, you just got it from me, right? I know you're gonna say that woman is so. You're good. She's good. She's good. Every day.
You know something. Recently, you have been saying heal a lot, so that's been in my head a lot this week. Heal in order to grow. So you can't heal it. You can't grow if you don't heal. So, definitely want to put that out there. Heal so you can grow.
What does Sarah want to know?
What did she say?
I just reset it, Sarah. Heal so you can grow.
What job is
it? And I got it from my raw. Just so you
put it on that book. Don't try to stick it on me. But no, but that is the truth. Everybody's hurting. Everybody's hurting. You know, people don't, you know, people like, well, you don't show it. People don't want to see nobody crying. People don't want to see people down. That's why people move in certain areas. They don't want to see poverty. We are people more big head set on getting away from, if we don't see it, don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Move in a better neighborhood. Put your kids in a better school. Why? Because there are neighborhoods hurting. There are schools that are failing. So if I move in a better neighborhood, put my kids in a better school, then it don't exist, but it does exist. And the problem become the people that become the victimizer of you are the people that you left. So did I really leave, or did the problem follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to learn how to start fixing the problems where we at. So when we do decide to move, it ain't because the problem is going to follow me. I can move with a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
Because I left something behind, you know what I'm saying? That some correction, some help, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just want, sometimes it ain't even you leaving, just fixing what you got around. I want a new house. You ever try fixing the one you got?
Right, you say it all the time.
Because if you don't change the person that you are, when you get there, you're gonna have the same problem. You're gonna need to move again. So let's say steady till he get back here. Y'all got it.
That's a good saying. I like your saying.
Let's stay steady till he get back here. What you got for us, Tulik? I heard him yawn, the eye red and beat up, but them things sure is ugly. Do you close your eye when your wife look you in the face so you don't scare them?
Hey, what goes on in between my house and my wife, that's our business.
Yeah, you got a light chopper and say you got a brand new motor thing still in the pack. Man, bust that thing out and do something with it, man. You know that I'm with Chopper. He said Chopper, that thing should have been locked up. Ain't no oil in it, man. Get it now, man. Get to work with that little motor. Go take that little lawnmower. No, go ahead. Tule.
The more you grow, the more you glow.
The more you what?
The more you grow, the more you glow.
What's your?
She's saying be the light.
A night light to a whole light bulb. What are you talking about? What? The more you grow. No, the more you grow, the shorter your clothes get.
Okay.
I mean,
that's a great job, Tula.
Either the shorter your clothes get or the more they
I think we all did a great job tonight. I am so proud of
you. Tula and Love Doctor and you, I think y'all I need with them. The more you grow, the more your clothes will fit, it'll show. The more you glow, yeah, we gotta get. She tried to do a rhyme mix, it wouldn't work. So we're not gonna let you rap. Let's breeze it right, and I'll write it for you. Just stay back in the middle. The more you grow, the more you glow. Tell me how that works.
You glow. The more you grow, you're thinking.
I would know. Look what he said. He said, "The more I boo." Thank you. Yeah, I would probably say the more you grow, the more you can be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
you would say
advancement could be seen.
That's what Tuli said.
That's why we're trying to correct it. We're trying to get it from Tuli to onesie. We need a onesie, not a Tuli. All right. Well, we'll fight later off camera, butt naked. We'll reenact the Adam and Eve thing.
Ow. Okay.
What I said, Miss Smith eating too many Girl Scout cookies. Exactly. Oh, she's definitely, and she eating the lamest Girl Scout cookies out there. Shortbread. The best they got is s'mores. That is the best Girl Scout cookie they ever made. Anything other, they throw all them things in the trash. S'mores. Somebody said green rainbow, but yeah, we're gonna go. I see old doodle left. All right, listen. Y'all know we're a hub, y'all. Don't forget, if nobody else told you they asked you to do your mind, you tell me you always mind. Every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. right here on Two Mics in My Mind. If nobody told you they love you, hey, we love you. In our language is called hard. Tula, Love Daughter, Resident Jordan already told they lame saying. So we get ready to go home.
Yeah, y'all.
One more.
Who? Oh yeah, Tula, tell us the real one. What the one that you bought from the liquor store.
Guys, assumptions are the termites of relationships.
Ooh.
All
right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see y'all next time.
Come on, man.
We're about to take it back. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Tommy and Lee on the radio. Dr. Joe's therapy on the radio. The love doctor going live on the radio. Two mics and a mind on the radio. Radio, turned up 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 on the radio. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind. Two nights and a mind.
All right, you did something better. I did something better. We'll be better together. Until next
We are hard, y'all. Some of y'all say tomorrow night, hard, y'all. Love that to go do with them old burnt out.